EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martinger with your outlook for June 20th, 2019. Today is the final day of this very wet week, and we'll have scattered showers and thunderstorms today to deal with again, favoring the afternoon and evening hours. Could be some stronger storms as well. The Storm Prediction Center does have a slight risk for parts of the area out today. But there's a big difference between when you're looking at the global models, which are much more enthused, and then you look at the shorter range guidance that the simulated radars are like, wow, this isn't really that big of a deal. So tomorrow can go one of two ways, and we're gonna kind of lean on the side of wetter just because it has been wet all week, and just with a synoptic setup would suggest that it should be a little bit more active than some of these short range models that I'm about to show you would indicate. So in the morning, I think we're okay. Once we get in the afternoon, it's kind of like a 2 to 8 window or so, something like that, where you have the severe window. You could have some, of course, have scattered showers and thunderstorms lasting beyond 8 o'clock tonight, but I think that's your severe window across the area from west to east, and you can see that here. The globals are pretty enthused with that. And then once it moves through, you just have some scattered showers overnight moving through, and then maybe an early shower in a few spots very early on Friday morning, but then clouds are going to give way to sun on Friday. Okay, so let's get over the NAM High-Res Future NAM High-Res Future Simulated Radar. This is starting off at 10 a.m. So you can see nothing going on here at this point, just a lot of cloud cover hanging around. Once we get into the afternoon, you can see some activity starting to pop up here, but this is, not showing much of anything at all. And this is a composite reflectivity radar, so this should be showing more of the activity, if anything. Okay, so got some scatter stuff popping up here. Again, any of these are going to be rogue severe, but they're very few and far in between on these global models. This is 5 p.m. Okay, as you go through the evening, here's 6, here's 7, here's 8. Got some more scattered thunderstorms continuing, but I think the severe threat will be gone there once we reach dark. Still a few scattered showers and maybe some thunderstorms overnight. And then you have one last gasp of showers moving through early, very early, falling apart as it does so, moving east on Friday morning. Then clouds give way to sun. So again, I don't believe that it's going to look like this. I think it's going to be a lot more active than this shows here. All right, now they will be multicellular mode in terms of what kind of storms we're dealing with. We're not dealing with a big line that's coming across the state. So there will be individual cells. I just don't think it's going to be this few and far in between. It could be, and it could end up the NAM is right, but I do want to err on the side of caution, especially since, this entire week it's been wet. There's been no shortage of rain this week, so I don't expect this to be any different. Primary threat with any of these storms are going to be gusty winds, maybe an isolated tornado, but I think it's more so the straight line winds that we're dealing with each one of these storms, some large hail and of course, heavy rain with any individual cell. But if the radar looks like this is going to be great. Okay, maybe a few areas aren't so lucky, but I mean, this is as good as far as talking about the region as a whole. Okay, so going back to the global models again, we have a nice couple days coming up, folks, and this is not. I know we had a very rough go at it since maybe the tail end of last weekend all the way through today, as far as rain's concerned, but this is perfectly timed. We're expecting 3 straight days of no precipitation. Now, you might have something early on Friday, so I can't really say 3 because the beginning of Friday, and I mean very early, 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you might have a leftover shower, which won't really be that big of a deal. Very light and kind of dying as it heads eastward, and that's just in a few spots. But other than that, clouds give way to sun on Friday. Here's Saturday, mostly sunny skies. We get to Sunday. Same thing, mostly sunny skies. Okay, so nice weekend. Temperatures near average this weekend. Okay, so it'll be a very warm and full of sunshine weekend. So nice weekend to be out. This is perfect timing for most people who are off on the weekends. This is perfect timing. I'll deal with that 9 times out of 10, having rain throughout the week and then having the weekend turn out much better. Hopefully we're not dealing with this every single week, and it doesn't look like we're going to. I'm just saying. So we go into Monday. We have a cold front that's going to be approaching the region. It's still going to be very warm. Actually, it's going to be even warmer on Monday. Winds are going to turn to the southwest, and we're going to have the temperatures up in the well into the 80s, mid-80s at least, and that's on Monday. Cold front's approaching from the west. There could be an isolated thunderstorm late in the day here on Monday. Maybe isolated or scattered, we'll call it. And then we get to Tuesday. A little question on how this develops here. A couple different models showing a couple different solutions. Whether or not we get a thunderstorm here in parts of the area on Tuesday remains to be seen. For now, we're just going to list partly cloudy in our local forecast and then focus on Wednesday, which could bring another isolated storm later in the day. This is just isolated stuff, folks. Not like we're not a repeat of this week. Okay, so we're not dealing with this all over again. It does look like after this point, once we get past this front here, we're going to have a pretty good, significant drying trend that's going to go right into the beginning of July, it looks like. So it's going to be kind of rather dry on at least the first half of July. Still some questions about the second half of July, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Of course, we'll have the long-range outlook updated this Friday, which we'll go over that with the new information we have at that time. But right now, looks like just deal with today, get by today. Continue to monitor the social media pages and for any updates we have as far as severe weather may be concerned, whether or not it looks like something that's more like this, which is a little more in the way of scattered showers and thunderstorms, which is kind of where I'm leaning, or if it's something like this where it's very widely scattered and not a really big severe threat. So we'll continue to monitor that today. Anything that information we have to pass along to you, we will do that if needed. I'm EPAWA meteorologist Bobby Martich. That is your outlook for June 20th, 2019.